What's up, guys? This is Thomas and welcome back to my channel. And today, as you can see, I'm going to be reading Wistoria, Wine and Sword. This is chapter 53. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, when we first met, I thought you were the warmest person I had ever met. And this is chapter 53, a disastrous barrier. But when we met again at the academy, I found that warmth had been replaced with ice. So, it made me sad to think that the calm boy I thought I knew was no more. Well, damn. This is all that no talent idiot's fault. Being good just isn't for me. Emma, don't be like your brother. Don't be like Ian. But you proved me wrong. You never stopped being that boy. You helped me even after I did what I did to you. The elves who treated me told me what you did. If you hadn't cast the... Damn, what does that say right there? If you hadn't cast the ice seal on me, there would have been no saving me from my florphagia. I don't know who melted the ice that encased your heart, but I owe you my life, and I will make things right. Emma Clever. Adjutant Filvis. Adjutant Lefia. There's no telling what might happen to you if you decide to fight alongside the other mages. Are you sure you want to go? I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I have to fight for Julius. Very well, as your caretaker, I give you permission to join them. Filvis and I have our hands tied with other duties at the moment, so we won't be able to help you. But we hope this dagger will prove useful. Now go, and may the grace of the great tree be with you. So, I'm not sure if Emma was naming the character that I said people said this was in the last chapter, or if this is a new character. It's like these chapters drop once a month, so it's like hard to remember certain things. But if so, I think I did mention a character by that name in the last chapter, where I was saying like, okay, at the end of the chapter, everybody was saying like this was that character, and it seems like let me go back up real quick. Seems like she's being like she's not in her right mind here, or she's like being controlled. I don't know what's happening, but she just killed someone. A lot of these characters like look the same, so it's kind of like hard to remember who is who. Yeah. So I'm assuming the person she just killed is the exact one right here that she's saying she has to fight for, Julius. But I'm not sure if she know it was her who did it. So, yeah. The castle's first wing has fallen. I repeat, Wing Barney has fallen. I think that's what it says. Wing Barney. Maintaining high ground and holding our position. Control of the second wing. Oh, no. Control of the second wing, Barbie, has been compromised. Calling for backup. We need backup. So it says, Bwahaha. He did it. He actually brought down the floating heap of junk. That that Charles is a man after my own heart. Charles, is she talking about Cruz Charles? He was working with you the whole time. Shocked, I turned him into a half puppet and had him infiltrate the tower to annihilate that pestering Paramount and that insipid institute. He heads. Charles kept me waiting for a good long while, but damn did he deliver. If they've taken out Cruz, then the Callus panel is in serious danger. There has to be something I can do. A strategy I can implement. Found you. Shade, you're going to pay for what you did to Julius. Will you guys just calm down? We will not rest until we avenge him. So yeah, it was Julius. That was the character who died a couple chapters ago. I was kind of forgetting, like, which of the characters it was, but that's who it was. And supposedly, the black-haired chick is the one right here. Shade, that's her name. She's the one who killed them. Lunas, Joria. Oh yeah, and who might you two dum-dums be? Wait, I know who you are. You're the little rats that hung around that idiotic ice prince. I take it you're looking for a new puppeteer to pull your strings. Spare us your drivel. We take you out, and this war is as good as won. And if I were you, I wouldn't like my odds. Beating a bunch of brats who can't do anything will be a breeze. Oh, I missed the part right here. Oh, but I do. And then it says beating a bunch of brats will be a breeze. Now, Morta. You got it, Shady. Ready to go. So, this is that one weird chick that we saw, I think, a couple chapters ago. She's using some ability, it seems. Now they're showing us her arm. Or, I'm not sure if that's her arm specifically. But, like, they're showing us. Oh, okay. Oh, they're showing us each of the enemies. I thought that was an arm right there, but it's the face. Now that all 8 of us are in a position, let's get this mage hunt started. Chaos Bloom. Slam Maglan. Damn. This is insane. Man, I love when he uses dark magic, and I love when the author uses dark magic in this series, bro, because he goes insane drawing it, bro. Like, look at this, bro. The circle, what? What are these black flowers? Crest Lewis. Finally, the circle's been activated. What do you think? It's a wonderful work of magic devised by Charles and yours truly. Whatever this circle is, it's affecting our masters too. I think I know what's happening, but no, that's impossible. A barrier embodied with the power of the slam. A crazy circle capable of stripping everyone in it of their ability to use magic. That is useless. You have a special slam of your own, like I do. First stratum, eastern reach, plane of solitude. Only a matter of time till Charles destroys the Callus panel, and without magic there's nothing you can do about it. First is bye-bye to the Callus panel, then it's hello to the floor guards. The tower will come crashing down, and Baal will finally be ours. Gothia wins. Face it, the tower is lost. You lose. What's happening? I can't cast any spells. This is pathetic. Julius's killer is right in front of us and we can't do crap. This is it. Gothia's plan to bring down the tower is unfolding right before our eyes, and they mean to take the Magiavander with it. You know, originally the plan was to lure the Magiavander out and blast them to bits, but I couldn't give a rat's ass if they show or not. They can sit at the top of their tower and watch us destroy it for all I care. The first stratum is a dead zone for anyone that uses magic. The Magiavander are in danger, and calling for backup is out of the question. Almost everything is working against us. We might not have our magic, but we still have a sword. A sword's not going to save you this time. I brought just the thing to deal with you, Blady boy. It's all part of the plan. Are those Walth oozes? This doesn't make any sense. How is a member of Gothia able to command mana creatures? Charles, unless you know another mage that could have done this. Run away. Now that the castle's under our control, the creatures are free to roam and wreak all the havoc they want. Wow. I try to use Prime Pathos, but this is just too much for me to handle on my own. I can't deal with these creatures and the enemy's magic. At this rate, I won't have any room to protect Lahanna and others. Their spell covers the entire first stratum. Until I disable it, nobody's going to be able to fight back. Looks like there's 7, no, maybe 8 cast points. If I can get rid of just one of them, we'll be back in business. I see what you're doing. You're trying to figure out where the barrier starts, aren't you? A little too late for that. It's over, Blady boy. You are mine. Say goodbye to your useless friends. Nothing more pathetic in this world than a mage who can't use magic. So, looks like the imitate pulls up and stabs her in the back. Or did she get her? I'm not sure. Oh, Emma, darling, what's the matter? Didn't anyone teach you that daggers are dangerous? Emma, is that how you repay your adjutant for looking after you stab her in the back? Monica, I will never forgive you for what you made me do. Julius saved me from you, and I'm going to return the favor by... Oh, so you want to talk about Julius, huh? Let's get our story straight first, shall we? That icy brat died because of you. Emma, you killed him. So I was right. That was Julius she killed in the beginning. She was the one. So wow, that's a big shock. This is a big shock. It was actually Emma, and I was right. Her eye in the beginning, it looked like she was, but her eye and face, it looked like she was being controlled. It looked like this. It looked like she did something and made her kill Julius. You stood right in front of him, put your wand to his chest, and blew a hole clear through him. With a wind spell, no less. Make no mistake, Emma, it was all you. Stop lying to her. You are the one that killed Julius. Emma was under your control. You forced her to do it. Who's lying? You may just fell under my control because you were weak. You want someone to blame yourselves. The strong take from the weak. That is the rule of the world. It doesn't get any simpler than that. And the very mages in the tower made sure we all knew it. Your friend was a stone cold idiot. We showed you what we were capable of at Terminalia, but apparently he learned nothing, and now he's dead because he tried to save a bunch of hopeless nobodies. Your friend was a loser, and his death deserves to be laughed at. So she starts laughing. Ah ha ha ha. Bro, she's so evil. You're wrong. Julius was not a loser. He was a proud mage who people cared about. And the tears we shed in his memory are proof of that. He wasn't always the nicest person, and he was more sarcastic than most. But we wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. Julius Rainbird wasn't the warmest person I had ever known. And I won't stand here and let a monster like you tell us any different. Boo-hoo, enough with the sob story, crybaby. Why don't you have your dear friend save you again, huh? Go ahead, call out to your oh so kind and oh so dead pal Julius. I'm sure he'll come running to the rescue. Now, enough babbling. Your friend Grave is gonna get a lot warmer when you join him. Emma, unite echoes of the past. Stelia Coloris. What? What are you doing? I've got a lot of choice words for you, but first I gotta say, you really kicked yourself in the ass by practically asking me to show up. So he's not dead. I guess everybody got what they wanted. I've been seeing a lot of people for the last few months say that they were saying they were thinking Julius would still be alive and that he's not dead. I think if I'm not getting Julius mixed up with another character, this is who they were saying was alive and not dead. And everybody was just hoping he wasn't dead, and turns out he's not. He's alive. Julius. Rejoice, peasants. Your hero's back from the dead. So that's the end of the chapter. Let me see. Let me see if I can find some comments. I knew he wasn't dead. Let's go. So yeah, one comment right here. As I was saying, people were hoping that Julius wasn't dead, and he's not. He's actually alive. I was always one of the ones that was like, Julius is actually dead. There's no way he's alive. But a lot of the other fans of the series kept their faith that the character wouldn't be dead, and honestly, good for them. I really didn't care whether he lived or not. Honestly, like, yeah, he was a character I was used to, but at the same time, it was like, you know, it happens. It's like when that happened to Bakugo in My Hero Academia, for any manga readers, you know, that are readers of that as well, and that have read that story and know how it ends. You know, it's like when that happened to him, and it was like, damn, now my boy Bakugo, but at the same time, it was like, it happens. You know, it was sad, but like it was like, it happens. But then everything that happened, and we all know how that ends. So, absolute cinema. That was a perfectly executed twist. It was. I gotta agree. I like I like how they did it, to be honest with you. But at the same time, I wish I wasn't such a forgetful person, because I read a lot of manga, watch a lot of anime. I wish I wasn't such a forgetful person when it came to a lot of the characters and things that might have happened in the series. And I also wish this series wasn't monthly. I wish it was weekly, or at least bi-weekly. That would make it a little bit easier to remember certain things. And like, I was getting Julius mixed up with like other characters because a lot of characters look the same. So I mean, they look, at least with the hair, at least they look the same. Like, I would say even his hair is similar to Will's. The only difference is the color, and obviously Will's the main character, so he's gonna look, you know, different. You know, you're gonna know who the main character is. But I agree, that was a perfect. Well, I guess I wouldn't say perfect, but that was a really good twist. And another good twist is that happened in this chapter that I guess nobody's really talking about so far, is that Emma was the one who killed Julius, and she was being controlled. You know, so that's another thing that was also perfectly done, and showing that, oh wow, it was actually Emma who killed him. Unless again I'm forgetting something, and they did already show us that it was her. I don't think they did. I think everybody just assumed that it was uh Shade who did it with her own hands or whatever. So we like God, let's go. How did he use magic though? That is true. We heard that we saw they took down the thingy, and she did the chick other chick did the magic that supposedly was supposed to stop them from using their magic, but he came down and he actually used magic. So maybe it's an ability that works with each of the members of them being in a certain spot or whatever, and now that he popped out of the spot, maybe that stops it from working. Then we got I Knew It, Peak Fiction, Peak Has Cometh. I don't even know half of these characters now. Bro, same. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Like remembering these characters are pretty hard because it's a monthly series. I'm gonna have to like that. I'm gonna have to like that. Just because I agree, like half of the characters, they don't like some of them don't even appear much. So it's like when I see a character that I may feel like I have not seen before in the series, it's literally because they barely appear. They either barely appear or like they haven't appeared in a long time, in a long amount of chapters, or just like they may look like another character. So it makes it hard to like remember, you know, some of the cast. So this person says, I mean, it was kind of obvious he wasn't dead, but man, the art is incredible. God's here. I gotta agree with that too. Let me like that one. Honestly, I would be a lot more shocked if he didn't show up, but that shock would have only hit at like the end of the series or something. So basically, what they're saying is, if he never showed up again, and who would the rest of the series without him showing up, they would have been shocked. You know, like they would have been shocked at the end of the series if we never got Julius back in the story. So that's basically what they're saying. But yeah, man, good chapter. Honestly, I was hoping that something big with Will happen. Maybe he tapped into some type of power again, like he did in that one chapter. You know, maybe he still will. Maybe he won't. I hope he does because honestly, I want to see it again. I want to see more of Will with dark magic, bro. Like he has some magic. I think he has dark magic. I think even in this chapter, she just said to. I think in this chapter she said to Will that he also has some type of slam, his own slam or whatever it is. I think she said it to him. I'm gonna try to find it. She says, um, I'm trying to find it. She says, bear, let's say, friends. So you, no, I can't. I'm trying to find it, but I can't find where she says that. But either way, she does say it in this chapter. Shade says it, I think. But yeah, I was hoping something like that happened. I was hoping Will, tap into that, and we saw the Mercedes chick him again. And I was hoping it was something like that, but that's not what we got. We got the return of Julius, which is also good, but at the same time, yeah, I don't really. It doesn't really matter to me whether he returned or not. Um, I guess I am glad that a lot of people who read the series did get something important that they wanted, and an important character back or whatever. But yeah, um, again, you know, agree with some of the comments. Also maybe we'll find out in the next chapter how he was able to use magic. But you know, other than that, I give this chapter a 9 out of 10. I guess a 10 for me would have been if Julius hadn't not. It's not that Julius came back. A 10 for me would have been if instead, like he could have came back in another chapter. Now, cool. It's not that he came back. It's that I would have preferred something differently happening in the end. Like maybe Will tapping into some of that dark magic again. That would have gave it a 10 for me. But because I don't really care about him necessarily coming back, in this specific moment or whatever. But the title was still extremely good. I give it a 9, which is still a pretty good rating. And yeah, uh, like, comment, subscribe. This has been Thomas, and thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.